Good morning. Wait. Oh. Sit. Your paw. Sit. Good boy. Mm. Mm. Hi friends, Carla Yorro here, and I am one half of the Yorros, and I thought I would just take you on a typical few days in our lives during the week. I work from home and Daniel does home peritoneal dialysis, so we just thought we showed you some of the things that we typically do, bring you along, and you get to know us a little bit better. So without any further ado, here we go. So we've actually yet to introduce you to one of the most important family members in the Yorro household, and that is Zeus Yorro. So, Zeus, come here. Hi, say hi to the folks. Say hi. So Zeus is our 1-year-old chocolate lab who is also very much the baby of this house. So you'll get to see a lot more of him, but this is absolutely our big baby. And yes, Zeus has his own room right now. So he weighs a whopping, I think 80 something pounds. And, oh Lord. And so because of that, we felt too bad leaving him in a crate, like if we need to go out or we need to do things. So honestly, right now, we just keep him in one of our spare rooms, which we have 2 of them. One is in my work from home office and the other one is just a spare room. And Daniel has an office in that room. But right now, the dog also goes in that room. He is just too big for a crate. Good morning.
Good morning.
You have to say good morning because
I said good morning.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, I said good morning. We wanna show you guys the draining process for we wanna show you guys the drain. She wants me to hold the camera, but I don't like holding the camera. It's uncomfortable for me. First of all, I never take selfies. Like ever. So I don't like pictures. I don't like any of that stuff.
Well, you're a foot taller, so you're gonna get some lovely from the bottom shot.
Chin action, you know. That's why I got the beard going, so you don't see the double chin. But you still see it anyway. I have depression. So this is what the screen looks like. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but normally at the end.
And this is our
day,
lovely blanket that we cover it at night
because
it stays bright.
Yeah. Now I have to do this every day.
Do you dialyze while you're sleeping?
Yes. Came out of the step down unit and went into rehab. They had a hard time stabilizing my blood pressure because I was laying down for so long.
And that was in the hospital. Like when he came out of the ICU, he had to go to the step down unit, kind of a step down from the ICU, and then go to like rehab for physical therapy.
Yeah. So I was like laying down in the bed for so long in that position that when all they had to do was sit me up. When they went to go sit me up, my blood pressure would drop, and we have pictures of when I would sit down and I was like slouched. I looked like there's a blob, I think, in Star Wars. I think that he's like he's like a blob. That's what I looked like. I was like all smushed and everything, and then 114/83. Sidebar: God Chasers, sponsor me. This is one of the books that a youth pastor showed me years ago, and it's by Tommy Tenney. I was gonna say Meryl C. Tenney. This book is awesome. It speaks about how God is. I love it because it like kind of coincides with our podcast. How God is still moving today, and that book is based off of a story that happened in a church where the power of God moved, and the pastor was like thrown back, and the church was in revival for like a week straight. That the church was getting full and people were hungry for God. It just talks about what happens when you're. Wally's talking to me. Sorry. It just talks about what happens when you're truly hungry, like for the power of God, and then when there's like so many people that come together that are hungry for the power of God. All right, so thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right, time to watch the cars. There's just something about music that really gets you going and stuff. This guy Cannon is a freaking monster. Anyway.
All right, so Daniel just went, he's going to Dollar General, but I'm just taking a quick break to get a snack or something. But I was just watching this YouTube video, and I am going to link it down below and link the channel below because it was just, it was inspirational, but also it tugged at my heartstrings. So basically it is this channel where this woman, her husband has Lewy body dementia at a significantly young age. I think they're in their mid 40s, late 40s. And he got diagnosed apparently, and Lewy body dementia is a type of dementia that can be caused by brain damage. So it just really, like, it hit my heart just because we have experienced what, you know, something like that can be. So she is a nurse, and kind of like her channel has nothing to, well, not nothing to do with that, but that's not really what she does. She does like home decor, and, you know, she was just talking about his diagnosis and what that means for them and stuff like that. And, you know, this is a disease that I think I Googled it, and the life expectancy is 5 to 7 years after a diagnosis. Of course, you know, I think some of those things are just not set in stone, but it was just, it touched me. It really reminded me of what we've been through with Daniel. I'm just gonna set you guys down real quick. It just really reminded me of like what we have been through with Daniel. So when he first woke up from being intubated and sedated for like almost 6 weeks, his memory was bad. He could recognize me and his mom, which we were the only ones allowed to go in and visit him in the hospital. Because of COVID, they limited visitors, and it was just, anyways. So he was able to like recognize us and stuff like that. So when he was really sick in the hospital, Daniel, his body went without oxygen for an extended amount of time. The reason being that while he was on the ventilator stopped working because his lungs got so bad. So the ventilator is breathing for you, but the lungs aren't actually like taking in oxygen and releasing CO2. Like, it's not happening because of how sick you are. And so I knew that Daniel was at risk for possibly coming out with some kind of a brain injury or, you know, because of the lack of oxygen in his body. And not only that, Daniel got put on a machine called ECMO, which this is what it stands for because I always forget. I know it's like extracorporeal membrane oxygenation. I don't know. I feel like I butcher it. I might be saying it right, but I feel like I'm butchering it. So basically, this is a machine that they use for lung transplants, and they started using it in viral pneumonias. And really, once he got put on this machine, it's like, we don't know how long he's gonna have to stay on this machine. It's a very advanced type of life support. And you can actually, like, some patients have to stay on this machine for so long because their lungs are so badly damaged. And this machine, like, Daniel had hoses going into his neck. He had one going into his neck area and then two going into his groin area. And they were literally the size of a garden hose. They were huge. He went a long time without oxygen. Even after being put on ECMO for 4 days, the ECMO machine was not working. And his oxygen levels were dropping so low that his physician called me and told me, hey, we've done everything we can, but the machine isn't working. And if he keeps going like this, his heart is gonna stop. Like, there's just, he cannot survive. I knew it would take weeks and months before we really knew if, you know, because he had to get better before we knew if he was permanently, you know, there's some permanent damage there. So we are so blessed that the problems are not severe. They are pretty mild, like very mild, like so mild that it's most of the time not really a big issue. Like, we've had to implement a lot of things to help his memory. His long-term memory is perfect. I'll show you one of them right now. So I have a basket here that is just Daniel's meds that I'm not going to show you because the meds have our address on it, but all his prescription meds are right here. So basically what I've implemented is, like, it's right here. It's in the kitchen because we all go in the kitchen and there's just too many to put in our bathroom. But I bought him this pill box and I think it was like $15 on Amazon. And I love this thing. First of all, it's huge. I mean, you can just see the comparison in my hand right there. So this helps Daniel really keep track of, you know, making sure that he doesn't accidentally take meds twice or anything like that, because it has, you know, it has the days of the week. So he doesn't accidentally like double take his meds or anything like that. So I don't know if I mentioned yet, I do work from home. I work as a nurse from home, so it is awesome. I work a remote job, which is just a blessing and a whole testimony in and of itself. And today I just worked from 8 to 4 p.m. So now I am probably gonna go cook dinner. We want to get some video editing done on the vlog today so that I can get posted on Friday. And actually today is Tuesday and this vlog goes on Friday the 25th, I think it is. I want to set up a shelf, or not set up a shelf, but bring it in the house. It's sitting in the garage right now, so I'll probably have Daniel do that while I get started on dinner. We have this one wall, so like our living room is right here, and we just have this one wall that is really hard to decorate. I just have this random, not this random table. Daniel made this table. This is one of the first things that he made. So I had, and yes, that's like a pine tree, but I'm keeping it even though it's a Christmas decoration from Target. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that shelf there because I think it'll cover the whole wall, and I think it'll do the trick. And I'll just put like plants on it and books that we don't read but are really cute.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Well, you read some of them. We've actually been really getting into the Enneagram types, like really getting into it and like listening to a podcast and everything. It's an Australian podcast. It only literally has 9 episodes and it's on the 9 Enneagrams, and we've been like listening and like learning about like our family members. Like we even sent the Enneagram test. We sent a link to our family members and we're just like learning about each other's personalities. Like we've been really into it lately. It's more like a tool that helps you understand why people sometimes do the things that they do. Kind of like the 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman, which never studied the 5 love languages. We actually have a podcast episode that came out on Valentine's Day where we talk about the 5 love languages and how that works. So check it out. I'll link it down below. But yeah, it's just been really fun to learn about each other's personalities and figure out why we do some of the things that we do, because they're kind of weird, the things that we do. I'm being honest. And honestly, it's because we think everybody has our same personality or sees the world the way that we see it. But the lovely thing is that God has created all of us unique, and feeling is, but it doesn't get in the way of our walking room. I like it. Thank you. Alright guys, that's what I did so far. I literally do not have enough stuff to decorate it with right now. For now, I just had like a picture frame, a random tree, and a lamp. This is the only thing that I actually kind of like that came out on the shelf, but I have to go probably to Home Goods or TJ Maxx or something and buy like little decorative pieces. I don't know when I'll get time to do that, but I want to incorporate a bunch of plants and different natural tone things. So I definitely have to go and buy more stuff.
I don't know who I stole this message from, but it's fire.
This
is good.
I had Daniel go into our spare room and like grab this box of books and journals that we had, because like some journals are actually kind of cute. Like, well, that's not that cute, but like maybe books that we can put on display. I actually took this book and just took the book and left the cover behind.
And the intro to the funny story about that one was one day I was at the movies. I hope she watches this vlog. One day we were at the movies and a cop walks in and he just like walks up that, you know, the incline ramp, and he's just like stands at the corner, doesn't even sit down, he's just standing there. And my mom starts like freaking out. Like, no, this woman does not look at me and goes, go ask him what's wrong. I was like, huh? Like, well, why would I go ask that? First of all, I'm this big dude, you know, running up to him in the movie. But anyway, I go and I ask the guy, you know, hey, why are you here? That's literally what I asked him. I was so embarrassed. I'm like, why are you here? And he was like, this is my job. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go sit back down.
Oh, wait, right here. No, it's right here. I took your book.
Don't you dare. Take that off. I gotta read that again.
He's like, what happened? Where's the book? I'm like, I put it on the shelf. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook dinner because we're getting hungry. I'm cooking a really simple dinner.
For what Daniel recommended.
I feel like we need something green with the pasta, so it's not just pasta and chicken. So I'm gonna cut a salad.
I'm hungry.
What you're working on?
I'm converting the files so that I can upload them. And then while that's converting, I'm watching.
For the podcast?
Huh? Yeah, for the podcast. Sorry, I wasn't specific. This one's actually really good. The episode we're gonna be, it's titled "Tragedy is Not Your Identity." And if there's one topic I feel like where we feel strongly about, which I mean technically it's all of them, all the topics we talk about, is definitely tragedy not being your identity. Like we really feel super strongly about that. But in the meantime, I'm watching Psych while the files download.
All right, y'all, we are excited to eat. We got some chicken, penne pasta, some homemade sauce, and just some salad, just do tomato and lettuce. All right, y'all, there is dinner: chicken, salad, pasta, nice heaping heaps of pasta because we are so hungry. We're gonna take a quick break. We're just gonna eat in the living room watching Criminal Minds, which is our favorite show. If not, usually we're watching Psych, or we're usually like 1 or 2 show kind of people, and that's all we watch. We get fixated on like one show or like one thing at a time. But anyways, we're gonna eat dinner, and then Daniel has been editing the podcast. Then after dinner, we'll probably just watch TV, rest the rest of the night. Daniel has to set his dialysis up for tonight, which takes about 40 minutes, but he usually will do that right before bed on a busy day. And that's pretty much our day. So we'll probably show you when it's time for Daniel to set up for dialysis, but for now, we're just gonna take a break and we're gonna watch some TV, and I'll probably do some editing while Daniel watches TV. All right, you guys, so we are just about to head to bed. I spent about an hour, almost 2 hours, editing the vlog that we have been working on today, which you've been spending the whole day with us, so thank you. But I've been working on that for about 2 hours here at the dining room table, and then in the meantime Daniel was setting up his dialysis. So let me show you real quick what that looks when it's like freshly set up. You got to see it this morning after it was running all night, but this is kind of what it looks like when it's all done. So there it is, and we're just about ready to go to bed. All right, it is currently 9:51. So we are just ready to go to bed. We're tired. Tomorrow I work late, so at least that's okay. But we're just gonna leave you with this. Thank you so much for watching and for kind of following a day in our life, doing normal everyday things.
Yeah, well, I don't watch the cards every day, but yeah, every week things.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for listening in, for real. We appreciate it.
Yeah, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.